Talk to us about how important meditation is and how can that help.
Oh, wow.
In the sense of, with all this violence going on and just different things in the street, how can that balance you out? Well, how does meditation help?
From my perspective, when I first started doing meditation, it was a straight up thing that you did it twice a day for 20 minutes. And they gave you a mantra, and you practiced that mantra. And as I moved through the process, what I began to realize is that meditation takes you down into an area of aloneness. See, we have to understand the difference between being alone and being lonely. And there's a big difference. We tend to believe that we need to socialize with people. And I think that is because many of us are afraid to go within ourselves, to see ourselves. Meditation allows you, even if you just look at the word, you learn yourself and you take yourself down into yourself. And you begin to know yourself from a spiritual perspective. And you spend quiet time with yourself. Find out more about you. You calm yourself down. You relax. It's quite a wonderful experience when you learn how to do it, because you come to understand who you are. And meditation allows you to calm yourself down to a level where you can begin to develop a deeper understanding of yourself. But the point is I believe personally that I never meditate so I can feel better. I meditate so I can get down into an area that when I come back out, I can share it with other people. See, a lot of people say meditation made me feel good.
More for connection.
That's what it is.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
To sharpen your aura.
Right.
To shine your colors.
Right.
To perfect your flavor.
Right.
And to be able to do that, because under those conditions, you also make yourself a very dangerous adversary, because it's like charging a battery.
Right. Right.
So that same peace that you have also gives you the right and the power to be able to do what you need to do. And you see, like I tell folk about the energy, a lot of times we just get all bent out of shape in our emotions and in our anger.
Right.
And I tell people, you need to preserve that energy.
Right.
Meditation helps you to build that energy within you. It allows the melanin to begin to flow through your body, through your cerebral spinal fluid. Because when you are dealing with this concept of the word the letter M is the only letter that we pronounce that your mouth must be closed. You see, N, B, K, S, all of your mouth is open.
Right.
But to say M, your mouth must be closed. Because of that, it causes you to vibrate. And there is a place within your olfactory bulb behind your head. It's called the Shittite. And our ancient Egyptians built a temple of man in Kemet. And to be specific, in door number 5, in room number 5 and room number 12, they're connected. However, there's something called transposition. When our ancestors carved on the stone, what they did is that they carved an image on one side, like on one of, say on one side of the wall of 5. They then, connecting it to room 12, they also carved. But to understand the full documentation, you have to make 5 and 12 come together in one, and that's how you get the full message. So what they were saying is that when we breathe, but what the air that comes through passes through the olfactory into our system.
Right.
So what they were actually developing is a way that you could understand the spiritual systems of the human body, and it was called the Shittite. So when you go, you feel a vibration. When I do this with folk, I say, search for where it's vibrating. Search for where you feel that tickle. And it's right behind your olfactory bulb. That is where all of your senses come together and meet. In that area, there is a richness of cerebral spinal fluid. Cerebral spinal fluid has 13 times the amount of melanin that your blood system has. What happens is that water starts to vibrate when you that vibration, that tickling is vibrating that water, that cerebral spinal fluid, which then from that point it takes you down into a level of understanding. And this is what they said, searching for nirvana. searching for the 0 point in the universe. That is when you become one with the vibrations of the cosmic universe. It's called Schumann's resonance, so to speak. It's a 7.5 cycle per second. That when you start vibrating on that level, that's the meditation that you're going after.
Right.
And as you begin to go deeper and deeper into this area, your brain opens up, and the Akashic records is like you turning the pages of the history of the cosmic universe.
Wow.
And you begin to come down inside of yourself. And when you come up, you feel in a way, at least from my own personal experiences, when you do that. And sometimes I may do it for 10 minutes, sometimes I do it for 5 minutes, sometimes I do it for 20 minutes, sometimes I do it and I fall asleep. And when I wake up, I just keep trying to get it done.
Right.
But meditation allows you to come one with yourself. What Rasta say, I and I. I and I is not just the I of the physical, it's the I of the spiritual. And it becomes very important for you to be able to do that and understand that and develop a system of doing that. When you feel that pressure, when you've had a bad day, you go back. Because when you look at the letter when you get a good idea, what do you say? When you taste something good, what do you say? You always close your mouth to vibrate when you are expressing a sense.
So would there be some significance because the M is shaped like two pyramids?
There could also be, but also that is the letter, that is the owl in the alphabet. It's the 13th letter, by the way.
The 13th letter.
And it's represented by the owl. And when you look at the pictograph of an owl, the owl has the script of the letter. Every letter came out of Medunetta. The script of the M is in the chest of the owl. It's in the horns of the owl.
Right.
It's in the face of the owl. You see, there is no Greek script. It doesn't exist. The Rosetta Stone is a stone that people said had hieroglyphs of Medunetta on the top. Then it had the hieratic writing, which is a script coming out of hieroglyphs of Medunetta. And then the bottom one they say is classical Greek. That's not classical Greek. That's another African script that Greeks took. So when we're talking to our children and we're talking to them about the alphabet, what we are actually doing is we are writing an African script. There is a book, Hieroglyphics, The Art of Writing by Kwasi Milton. There is another book called The Historical Origins of Christianity by Dr. Walter Williams. They have charts that literally will show you step by step how the Ethiopian Coptic letters gave birth to the Egyptian Coptic letters, gave birth to the Greek letters, gave birth to the Roman letters. And the bottom line that we're looking at as we move through is that when we're in school and we're writing our ABCs, we are literally writing an African script. But we don't know it because we don't know our history.
That's tight.
See, you know, once we get to that point, all things change.
All things change.
When you know better, you do better.
Right about that.